Next time I will walk straight by. Oh, I shook hands with the devil, yeah. Thank you. My name's Ralph Taylor, and there's actually some of you in this room who know that today, so that's pretty exciting. Thank you for coming down. I'm going to play a few songs. This first one, all new ones really. This first one's called Animals. I hope you like it. Hello, my old friend. It seems we've reached this time again. What's going on up there? 'Cause to me it don't make sense. No, and we can scream like animals. We can feel the night. Will you still be there in the morning light? 'Cause I can really see you, just like yesterday. Oh, how yesterday was a year ago. Yesterday. Hello, my old friend. I think you need to let me go. I know it's hard to face, but this place is no home to me anymore. And you brought out the best in me. Don't let me bring the worst in you. My days are done, I'll see you soon. But first you've got more living to do. Until we can scream like animals, we can feel the night. Will you still be there in the morning light? 'Cause I can really see you, just like yesterday. Oh, how yesterday was a year ago. Yesterday. You may have been and you have gone, but I won't forget who you are. I remember we were young and we were screaming to the stars. You may have been and you have gone, but I won't forget who you are. And I remember we were young and we were screaming to the stars. No, and we can scream like animals. We can feel the night. Will you still be there in the morning light? 'Cause I can really see you, just like yesterday. Oh, how yesterday was a year ago. Yesterday. Thank you very much. Big up, thank you. Alright, so I'm playing mainly new ones, but this track's out on Spotify and all that jazz. So if you like it, you can check it. It's called Limit. Stop saying it's easy.
Hello to everyone listening in. You're joining us for the Coffee House session interview of today. So, mystery guest, do you want to introduce yourself?
Hello, I'm Ralph Taylor.
Yeah, so Coffee House session tour, how's it been so far?
It's been good. A good experience, yeah. Mm-hmm. Nice to sort of travel around the country and play to some new faces.
Yeah, any particular, favourites of the venues?
Huddersfield was great yesterday. Warwick was also wicked, and then Newcastle was wicked. A lot of
Are you just saying that because?
No, I'm actually not. I'm not. A lot of old friends of mine turned up, which was nice, and some people I hadn't seen in a while, and I wasn't expecting that. So yeah, it was lovely.
Yeah, I was going to ask about that. You had a lot of familiar faces. I feel like I was watching a moment while everyone was kind of reconnecting. It was definitely really nice.
Yeah.
You also said that you were really excited to go on tour with your legend of a manager. That's what you said in one of the interviews.
He is a legend.
I just wondered what he's done to achieve that level of legendness.
He's just a legend. I like people, and I like him, and I tend to just shout him out in every interview, not deliberately, but he's kind of become a big brother to me, I guess, in London, and yeah.
So how did you like get together? Like how did he become your manager?
He was dating someone in a family that my family knows,
Okay.
and they sort of linked together, being like, check him out. And so he's been managing me for like 2 years now.
Okay, nice. So you're only a very quite young artist, aren't you? In terms of like the grand scheme of things. So how did you get to like this point where you are going on tour and releasing your own music?
I guess just through sort of gigging and releasing and kind of trying to get myself involved. So I moved to London at 16 and just kind of been gigging relentlessly since then. And I guess it's all just kind of naturally and slowly started to build, you know. Yeah, it's all been quite natural.
Yeah. Well, I heard downstairs when you were talking to one of your friends and you said you don't have any qualifications and you need this to work out or you're flipped. And I was like, oh, God. But no, definitely. It does seem to be going on that well progression, so I wouldn't be too scared. Is there any advice you have to any young musicians who are trying to get in, like, to the industry?
I think just it's cringy in it, but just like be yourself, enjoy it. If it's what you love, it's what you love, and just do it. Just go for it. That's all I can really say.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Well, you're saying you moved to London when you were 16. Did you have any reservations? Obviously, like London's a scary place. It's big and overwhelming. Do you have any reservations being so young and going there?
No, I think I was a bit young, you know, the innocence of youth. I didn't really think about it, and I just knew I wanted to do music. And I was like, yeah, London seems cool and it's better than doing A-levels. Let's do that. And honestly, it didn't really cross my mind. I don't think I had much fear, but then looking back on it in hindsight, and now I'm definitely more scared of London than I used to be.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Wow.
Probably. Just because you become aware of like some of the horrible things that do go on. Not to get dark.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think I was blissfully ignorant. Yeah.
Did you move there for a particular reason or just because it is like the city of like dreams and like opportunity?
I think I moved there just because it's busy and it's where all the gigs are going on. There's open mics every night, which was at the beginning was exactly what I wanted, and just loads of people to meet, and it was exciting. And yeah, I didn't really cross my mind to go anywhere else.
Okay.
Yeah.
How does the big like city life kind of compare to being back at Suffolk, like the kind of countryside kind of
It's very
area?
different. It's very different. But I love, you know, it means it's lovely when I do go back to Suffolk because it's just like
How do you think like the venues kind of like differ? Because I've seen like you performed in like some barns in Suffolk.
I have.
But like, did you perform in many barns in London?
No, I haven't played in a barn in London yet. Barns are definitely more of a Suffolk-y sort of thing. Yeah, so they're very different. Suffolk ones are usually sort of like, you know, the people putting it on, and you're playing. You know, we played a fireworks festival this November, I think. And that was good fun. But yeah, it's very different. London tends to be sort of more venues and sort of scarier people in the audience as well sometimes.
Yeah, a lot more critical.
Yeah.
So how do you feel about those kind of venues? And then on the coffee house sessions, it's obviously a lot more intimate, like small venues, like obviously it's just down like where everyone's eating food for us here. How do you prefer the more intimate or like the bigger venues in London?
It's a good challenge, the coffee house ones. Intimate gigs in general, I absolutely love them. But then I also love playing the big ones, the bigger ones with sort of the full band with me. And we can kind of all jam out and get into it and create a good atmosphere. It's different. Yeah.
Do you ever feel lonely when you're on stage and they're not there for that support?
No, I don't. I wouldn't say lonely. I don't think I feel. The only time you feel lonely is like I've played a few sort of weddings or a few kind of background pub gigs, and that's when you're lonely because you're just like, no one actually cares that I'm here, but I've got to do this.
Yeah.
That's the lonely side of it.
No, but they'd notice if you weren't there. They appreciate it.
Maybe, yeah. Let's hope.
So how does it work? You kind of like touring with and without the band, or like going and doing gigs?
Well, kind of the full tour, we wouldn't have been able to fund doing the whole band this time around. But you know, gig to gig, we just sort of sort it out for festivals. We kind of figure out, share a few cars down there or something, and kind of chuck all our equipment in. Definitely more stressful, but but it's worth it.
Are they all cool with you kind of going off and representing kind of them on your own?
So. They're all.
Not that they have a
boys.
reason not to. Like.
No, exactly. They're all lovely boys. It's interesting because they add so much to a live set and they're incredibly talented. But it's just, I guess, I started off solo and kind of I do all the writing pretty much solo or kind of co-writing with some stuff. And I've always just quite enjoyed having that process by myself and sort of recording it. So it's, you know, it's separate things, but they both like just as important as each other.
As long as they balance well, it's perfect kind of hand in hand. I've also seen you have a Spotify playlist that you make regularly, Ralph Recommends.
Yeah, that's the one.
We just come out with a feature, The Sounds of 2018, the kind of bands and artists we think are going to be big. Who would you put forward for someone to look out for 2018?
Rex Orange County.
They were our number one.
Yeah, well, man, he's killing it. He's a legend. He's 19, and I'm just like, yes, man. And his songs are beautiful, and I just love his style and the dude he is, and he just seems very genuinely himself. So I like him.
Okay, so obviously you make this playlist and you kind of share it out. Do you think there's an importance of having a large social media presence?
Yeah, I think it's important. I think in this day and age you can't really ignore stuff like that. I think it is. It's a hard one to kind of get right.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say you want to strategize it too much though. But yeah, I think it is important.
Well, it's good to just have it like cropping up on the news feed like every now and then.
It's definitely important. And it's lovely to sort of interact with people who are into your music or who are following you, and I think that's important. So I love that side of it. Yeah.
Do you have any kind of pre-show ritual? Because in 2 separate interviews, one you said, I'm not allowed to drink coffee, it dries out my throat, and then
I said I drink
a couple of days later you were like, I'm full of coffee, and I'm like, this kid,
a lot of coffee, yeah.
This kid is a liar. Can he drink coffee or not?
No, I'm not allowed to drink coffee just before the show.
Okay.
It dries out your throat.
Okay.
I've definitely been drinking coffee. I wouldn't have survived this tour without it.
Yeah, it's an intense time.
For sure. But it's I actually broke the rule today. I did break the rule today. I had a coffee when we got here. But in general, I try and avoid coffee before going on.
Have you tried to like kind of have that time in between gigs to hang about and chill out and stuff, or has it been very much like back to back?
So it's been pretty back to back, but that's just we're on quite a tight schedule, so it kind of has to be that way. But we've been chilling out in the car. So that's all right, and whenever we get an opportunity,
So what are the plans for when you get home after like the tour?
When I get
Just
home,
pass out, binge on a Netflix season. What's
no,
the plan?
Well, I think I get back Friday. We do the last few gigs, and I'm going back to Suffolk on Friday night. We're borrowing my parents' car, you see, so dropping that back off, and then Saturday having a nice meal with my girlfriend as I was away for Valentine's, and then Sunday I'm in the studio. Monday I'm recording a live session, Tuesday I'm in the studio, and then kind of see what happens.
Yeah, so a lot of plans for getting home.
Yeah.
So you say you're in the studio, so I was going to ask you what the plans for 2018 are, because downstairs in the venue you did say that you've got a lot coming out this year.
Yeah.
So what are the plans? Singles, festivals, tours?
So we got a single coming out called Eyes, and that's coming out on the 16th of March, and then kind of 4 more singles. That's the plan at the moment. Kind of a month by month after that in the run up to summer. And then we got a gig 22nd of March at O'Meara in London, supporting Sam Frankel, and then that'll be with the band. And then kind of some booking festivals are coming through at the moment, and hopefully more will. But yeah,
that's very exciting. Exciting to see what happens. So thank you for coming in and talking to us.
Thank you for having me.
Good luck for the rest of the tour.
Cheers.
Got me frozen in this moment. Move slow. Got me frozen, hypnotized in this moment. Move slow. Got me frozen, hypnotized in this moment. I will understand. If you get tired waiting for me, understand. If you get tired, I will understand. If you get tired waiting for me, with you I got the feeling you're not gonna, I will understand. If don't worry, darling. Thank you guys very much. Cheers.
Hey Ava, how was that video people just watched?
Oh, wasn't it brilliant? If you want to subscribe to more, you can subscribe here. If you want to watch more of our latest series, then you can come here. And if you want to watch our latest episodes, you can go